Have you ever felt like you are on the verge of manifesting your dreams, but something is holding you back? Perhaps you've spent countless hours visualizing your desires, praying for abundance, and yet it seems like nothing is moving forward. The truth is, manifestation is not a passive activity. It's not enough to merely think about what you want. You must align your entire being, your mind, body, and spirit, with the flow of the universe. Without this alignment, the manifestation process becomes stuck, just like trying to row a boat upstream without the right wind in your sails. As we step into the realm of manifestation, we often find ourselves tangled in a web of emotional blocks, limiting beliefs, and subconscious patterns. The question then arises, what is truly preventing you from experiencing the life you desire? Why is it that some people seem to effortlessly attract everything they want, while others struggle endlessly, never seeing the fruits of their efforts? The answer lies in the energetic vibration that we carry, and the key to unlocking your manifestation power is understanding how to shift that vibration from one of limitation to one of abundance and possibility. The renowned Dr. Joe Dispenza often speaks about the power of the mind and how our thoughts can physically change the state of our body and the world around us. He reminds us that our brains are constantly shaping the energy we emit, influencing the reality we experience. Similarly, Napoleon Hill, in his timeless work, Think and Grow Rich, emphasizes the role of desire, faith, and a definite plan in manifesting our goals. But despite all this knowledge, many still find themselves stuck, unable to break free from their own limitations. In today's video, we will dive deep into how to stop waiting and start manifesting. I will guide you through a simple yet profound step you can take to transform your life immediately. This is not about wishful thinking or hoping for change. It's about taking empowered action, changing your internal state, and aligning with the universe in a way that sets your manifestation process into motion. Let's begin the journey of turning your desires into reality, and I promise you the first step will be easier than you think. Self-confidence is often seen as a simple trait, something that we either have or we don't, but in the realm of manifestation, it goes much deeper than that. The truth is, self-confidence isn't just about feeling good about yourself in the moment or believing you can achieve things. In the context of creating the life we desire, self-confidence is intricately tied to our ability to align ourselves with the universe and our own desires. Without it, we struggle to connect to the abundance that is all around us, and we unknowingly place energetic blocks in our own path. When we lack self-confidence, we create what can be described as an energetic dissonance between our inner desires and the energy we're putting out into the world. It's as if there is a mismatch between what we want and what we're vibrating at. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument. If your guitar is tuned to one key, but you try to play a different key, the music will sound off. This is exactly what happens when we try to manifest something we desire, but our subconscious beliefs and self-doubt are tuned to a different frequency. One of the most powerful concepts in manifestation is the idea that what we believe at a deep subconscious level becomes our reality. Our minds are powerful co-creators, shaping the reality around us. As Dr. Joe Dispenza often explains, our thoughts influence not only our emotional state but also our physical environment. If we hold a deep-seated belief that we are unworthy or incapable, we unknowingly block the very energy we need to create abundance. It's not that the universe is withholding, it's that our own internal energy is misaligned with our desires. This misalignment comes from a variety of sources. Some of us were raised in environments where we were taught to believe that success, wealth, and happiness were for others, but not for us. Perhaps you were told that you would never amount to much, or that money was hard to come by. These early lessons don't just live in the past. They have become the lens through which we view the world and ourselves. These thoughts, these beliefs, these patterns become ingrained in our subconscious minds, dictating how we show up in the world and how we respond to opportunities. But it's important to recognize that self-confidence can be cultivated. It is not something that we're either born with or without. It is something we can nurture and develop over time. However, this requires a willingness to examine and confront the beliefs that no longer serve us, and to replace them with ones that align with our highest potential. The first step in breaking through the lack of self-confidence is awareness. We must become conscious of the thoughts and beliefs we hold about ourselves. Ask yourself, what are the recurring thoughts you have when it comes to your goals? Do you believe that you can achieve them? Do you feel deserving of success and abundance? The key here is not to simply try to think positively, but to truly examine the deeper, more ingrained beliefs that are running the show. Often these beliefs are so subtle that we don't even realize they exist. They are hidden in our daily actions, the words we speak to ourselves, and the stories we tell about our limitations. Once we've identified the beliefs that are holding us back, we can begin to rewrite the narrative. This doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by simply telling ourselves, "I am confident." Confidence is built through action, and it's built through proving to ourselves that we are capable. Small, consistent actions that align with our desires help reprogram the mind and, over time, change the belief system that dictates our reality. For example, if you've always struggled with the belief that you are not worthy of wealth, the first step might be to practice gratitude for the abundance you currently have. This doesn't mean you need to have millions in the bank. It could be as simple as being grateful for your health, your relationships, or the roof over your head. By shifting your focus to what you already have, you begin to train your brain to acknowledge abundance, which in turn allows you to align with the frequency of prosperity. Another powerful exercise is to visualize your desired outcome. Visualization is a tool that is often emphasized in the world of manifestation, but there's a catch. If you're not able to visualize your success in a deep, emotional way, it won't be effective. The key is to feel the emotions associated with your desired outcome, as if it has already happened. This creates a neural pathway in the brain that tricks your subconscious mind into believing that what you desire is not only possible, but it is already on its way to you. This practice has been shown to help reprogram the brain, aligning it with the energy of possibility and success. But perhaps the most powerful practice in developing self-confidence is to simply act as if. Acting as if is not about pretending or being inauthentic. It's about stepping into the energy of the person you want to become. It's about believing that you are already worthy of success and abundance, and living from that place, even if the external circumstances haven't fully caught up yet. By embodying the confidence you seek, you begin to create a self-fulfilling prophecy where your actions reflect your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. It's important to note that building self-confidence is a process, and it won't happen overnight. But every small step you take toward aligning with your desired outcome will bring you closer to breaking down the blocks that have been standing in your way. Self-confidence is not a destination. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step, even when the path ahead is unclear. When we lack self-confidence, we deny ourselves the ability to manifest. We hold ourselves back by not believing that we deserve the life we want. But when we align our energy with the vibration of abundance, and when we believe in our own worthiness, we open ourselves up to limitless possibilities. The universe is constantly conspiring in our favor, but it requires us to meet it halfway. By cultivating self-confidence, we align ourselves with that energy, creating a clear path for manifestation to occur. In conclusion, self-confidence is not just a nice-to-have trait. It is an essential part of the manifestation process. It's the bridge between our desires and our reality. By acknowledging the subconscious beliefs that are holding us back and actively working to shift them, we can open ourselves up to the abundance that is rightfully ours. Start small, be patient, and trust the process. As you build your self-confidence, you'll find that the manifestations you desire begin to flow with greater ease and alignment. The universe is waiting for you to step into your power and claim what is already yours. When we talk about scarcity, many of us think of financial limitations, material lack, or the inability to achieve our desires. But scarcity is not just an external condition, it's also a state of mind. It's an energetic vibration that we carry, one that deeply influences how we experience the world and interact with the opportunities around us. In fact, the vibration of scarcity is more connected to our brains and the subconscious beliefs we carry than most of us realize. The human brain is a powerful organ, capable of shaping and creating the reality we experience. However, much of this creation is driven by subconscious beliefs and neural patterns that we've accumulated over a lifetime. These patterns influence how we perceive our circumstances, the opportunities we see, and the abundance or lack we attract into our lives. This is why the vibration of scarcity is not just a passing thought. It's a deeply ingrained belief system that can subtly yet powerfully dictate the course of our lives. At the core of this scarcity mindset is a fear of not having enough, of being unworthy, or of failing to manifest our desires. These fears are not just abstract concepts, they have a physical presence in the brain. Neuroscience has shown us that when we experience fear or anxiety, our brain releases chemicals that not only affect our mood, but also our physical health and ability to think clearly. This creates a feedback loop. The more we fear scarcity, the more our brain is conditioned to find and reinforce it. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a leading expert in neuroscience and personal transformation, emphasizes the connection between our brain and the energy we emit. According to Dispenza, our brains are constantly sending out signals that influence our surroundings. When we are in a state of fear or anxiety, we emit a low-frequency energy that aligns with the vibration of scarcity, which then attracts more of the same: more lack, more fear, more stress. On the other hand, when we shift our focus and energy toward abundance, we raise our frequency, sending out a completely different signal that attracts opportunities and prosperity. But how does this scarcity vibration become so ingrained in us? The answer lies in our early life experiences, our upbringing, and the cultural conditioning that we've been exposed to. From a young age, many of us are taught to see the world as a place of limited resources. We're told that money doesn't grow on trees, that success is only for a few, and that abundance is something that must be earned through hard work and struggle. These messages, whether explicitly stated or subtly implied, become deeply embedded in our subconscious minds. Over time, they shape our beliefs about what is possible for us and what we can truly attract into our lives. The brain operates on neural pathways that are formed through repeated thoughts, behaviors, and experiences. When we repeatedly think thoughts of lack, scarcity, and unworthiness, we reinforce these neural pathways, making them stronger and more automatic. This is why it can feel so difficult to break free from a mindset of scarcity. It's not just a matter of thinking positively or repeating affirmations. It requires rewiring the brain to adopt a new way of thinking and being. The good news is that the brain is neuroplastic, meaning that it has the ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. This gives us the power to rewire our brains and shift our energetic vibration from scarcity to abundance. But it takes conscious effort and practice. One of the first steps in overcoming a scarcity mindset is to become aware of the thoughts and beliefs that are driving it. This requires introspection and a willingness to face the beliefs that may have been shaping our reality for years. Take a moment to reflect on your own beliefs about abundance. What do you truly believe about money, success, and prosperity? Do you believe that there is enough for everyone, or do you think that resources are limited? Are you constantly worried about not having enough, or are you able to trust that the universe will provide? These questions are not meant to judge you. They are simply meant to help you uncover the subconscious beliefs that may be influencing your reality. Once you've identified the limiting beliefs that are tied to scarcity, the next step is to consciously replace them with beliefs that align with abundance. This doesn't mean simply saying, "I am abundant," without any real conviction. It means truly understanding that abundance is a universal law, just like gravity. It exists all around us, and we are constantly being presented with opportunities to tap into it. One powerful technique for shifting your mindset is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a high-frequency emotion that directly counteracts the vibration of scarcity. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you raise your energy and align yourself with the flow of abundance. Start by acknowledging the small things in your life that bring you joy and fulfillment. The more you focus on what you already have, the more your brain will begin to recognize abundance as a natural state, rather than a rare occurrence. Another technique is to visualize abundance in your life. Visualization is a powerful tool in manifestation, but it is most effective when combined with emotion. Picture yourself living the life you desire and allow yourself to fully feel the emotions associated with it. What does it feel like to have the financial freedom you desire? What does it feel like to have loving, supportive relationships? The more vividly you can imagine this reality, the more you send out signals of abundance to the universe, and the more likely you are to attract those circumstances into your life. However, it's not just about thinking positively or using techniques like visualization to shift your energy. It's about taking inspired action. You can't expect to manifest abundance if you are sitting idly by, waiting for the universe to deliver. You must be willing to take steps toward your goals, even if those steps feel small or uncertain. The universe responds to action, and when you take aligned action toward your desires, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive. It's also important to recognize the role that self-worth plays in the vibration of scarcity. If you don't believe you are worthy of abundance, your subconscious mind will work to keep you in a state of lack. This is why cultivating self-worth is so crucial in the manifestation process. When you truly believe that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, you raise your frequency and align with the flow of abundance. Self-worth is not something that is granted to you by others. It's something you must claim for yourself. It's about recognizing that you are a divine being, worthy of all the love, success, and prosperity the universe has to offer. You don't have to prove your worthiness. You are already worthy. By accepting this truth, you begin to shift your vibration from scarcity to abundance, and from lack to limitless possibility. In conclusion, the vibration of scarcity is not an external force. It is something that we create within ourselves through our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. It is deeply connected to our brain and the neural pathways that govern our reality. But the good news is that we have the power to change it. By becoming aware of our limiting beliefs, practicing gratitude, visualizing abundance, and taking inspired action, we can shift our energetic vibration and align ourselves with the flow of prosperity. The universe is abundant, and when we align with its frequency, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. Scarcity is an illusion, and once we break free from it, the abundance we desire will begin to flow into our lives. Manifestation is often portrayed as a mystical, almost magical process. Envisioning your dreams, visualizing your desires, and waiting for them to materialize. However, this is far from the complete picture. While mental intention and clarity are essential in manifestation, there is a critical element that many people overlook: emotional coherence. Without addressing this key aspect, even the most focused visualizations and affirmations can fail to bring about lasting change. What does emotional coherence mean? It refers to the alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. In simple terms, it's about ensuring that your emotional state is in harmony with your desires. When your emotions are at odds with your intentions, you send mixed signals to the universe, which results in blocked energy and stunted manifestation. Imagine a radio signal. If the frequency is off, you won't get a clear reception. The same applies to your energy. When your emotions are misaligned, your manifestations will remain unclear, delayed, or absent altogether. One of the core teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza is the concept of coherence: mental, emotional, and heart coherence. According to Dispenza, when your heart and mind are in alignment, when your emotions are congruent with your intentions, you create a powerful electromagnetic field that enhances your ability to manifest. This coherence is essential in the process of creating your reality. If you are consistently sending out conflicting signals, you will only attract confusion and delay rather than the abundance and success you desire. This misalignment often manifests as an internal conflict between your conscious desires and your subconscious emotions. On the surface, you may deeply desire to be wealthy, successful, and happy. However, underneath, you might carry deep-rooted fears, doubts, and beliefs of unworthiness that counteract those desires. These hidden emotions form the foundation of the emotional incoherence that blocks the manifestation process. A common example of this internal conflict is when someone wants to attract financial abundance but feels anxious or fearful about money. They may consciously affirm their desire for wealth, but their subconscious mind, filled with anxiety about financial scarcity or fear of being judged for having money, creates a discordant emotional state. The positive thoughts and affirmations are undermined by the negative emotions associated with those thoughts. As a result, the manifestation process is sabotaged, and the individual finds themselves stuck in a cycle of unfulfilled desires. This emotional incoherence can be difficult to recognize because it often operates beneath the level of conscious awareness. The beliefs, fears, and doubts that drive our emotional responses are stored in the subconscious mind, which is why it's crucial to explore and identify them. We cannot simply will ourselves into alignment. We must understand and heal the emotions that keep us in a state of imbalance. The first step in achieving emotional coherence is awareness. The more attuned you are to your emotional state, the easier it will be to recognize when your emotions are out of alignment with your desires. Start by paying attention to the emotions that arise when you think about your goals. What feelings come up? Do you feel excitement and hope, or do you experience anxiety and doubt? Identifying the emotions tied to your desires is the first step toward healing and alignment. Once you have identified the emotions that are out of alignment, the next step is to address them. This is where the real work begins. Emotional healing doesn't happen overnight, but there are many powerful tools you can use to begin the process of realigning your emotions with your desires. One such tool is mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness practices help you develop an awareness of your emotions without judgment. By observing your thoughts and feelings without attachment, you can begin to see them for what they are: temporary experiences that don't define who you are or what you can achieve. Meditation is a powerful practice for quieting the mind and soothing emotional turbulence. In a state of deep meditation, you can access the subconscious mind and begin to release the emotional blocks that have been preventing your manifestations from coming to fruition. Another powerful technique for emotional coherence is visualization. But unlike traditional visualization, which focuses solely on mental imagery, this form of visualization incorporates emotional engagement. The key to making your visualizations effective is to not only see your desired outcome in your mind, but also to feel the emotions associated with it. Feel the joy, gratitude, excitement, and peace that you would experience if your desires were already fulfilled. This emotional engagement amplifies the manifestation process because it creates a stronger, more coherent energy signal that the universe can respond to. However, achieving emotional coherence is not just about healing past wounds or focusing on positive emotions. It's also about staying grounded in the present moment and creating a sense of inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. In other words, it's about learning how to be at peace with where you are right now, while simultaneously holding the vision of where you want to be. This state of being, grounded yet expansive, creates an energetic frequency that is highly attractive to abundance, success, and opportunities. One of the greatest challenges to emotional coherence is the tendency to get swept up in external circumstances. It's easy to feel frustrated when things aren't going as planned, or when external conditions don't seem to reflect the abundance we desire. However, emotional coherence is about cultivating inner peace and alignment, regardless of what's happening around us. It's about learning to respond to challenges with calm and clarity, rather than reacting from a place of fear or anxiety. The more we practice this, the more we cultivate the emotional coherence necessary for manifestation. Another aspect of emotional coherence is the importance of self-compassion. When we are constantly pushing ourselves to do more or achieve more, we create a state of imbalance and self-judgment. Self-compassion allows us to accept where we are without shame or guilt and to honor our emotional process. It's about being kind to ourselves when things don't go as planned and understanding that setbacks are part of the journey. When we approach ourselves with kindness and understanding, we naturally create a more coherent emotional state, which in turn supports our manifestation efforts. Incorporating daily practices of emotional coherence is essential for long-term success in manifestation. These practices help you stay aligned with your desires and keep your energy in a state of flow. The more you practice emotional coherence, the more natural it will become to stay in alignment with your highest potential. And the more aligned you are, the more effortlessly your desires will begin to manifest. Remember, manifestation is not just about positive thinking, it's about creating a powerful emotional state that supports your goals. It's about feeling the emotions of your desires as though they have already manifested and aligning your inner world with your outer reality. When you master emotional coherence, you unlock the full potential of manifestation and create a life that is abundant, joyful, and fulfilling. In conclusion, the fatal mistake of trying to manifest without emotional coherence is one that many people make. Without aligning your emotions with your desires, your energy remains fragmented and manifestation becomes a struggle. By becoming aware of your emotional state, healing the underlying blocks, and practicing techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and emotional visualization, you can create the emotional coherence necessary for powerful manifestation. Remember, The universe responds to your energy. And when your energy is aligned with your desires, manifestation becomes an effortless and natural process. It's time to stop struggling and start living in harmony with your dreams. The power to manifest is within you, and it begins with emotional coherence. Manifestation is not a passive process. It's not simply about wishing for something and hoping it will appear. True manifestation requires a deep, transformative change in your mindset, beliefs, and energy. One of the most profound yet simple methods for unlocking your abundance and transforming your life is through reprogramming your mindset. When we align our thoughts with the vibration of abundance, we unlock the flow of prosperity that already exists within us. But how can we achieve this alignment? How can we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance, from lack to limitless possibilities? The first step in reprogramming your mindset is understanding that the thoughts we consistently think shape our reality. According to Bruce Lipton, a leading biologist in the field of epigenetics, our beliefs, whether conscious or subconscious, play a crucial role in determining the health and well-being of our physical bodies and the quality of our lives. The subconscious mind is like a computer, running programs that influence how we respond to situations, how we feel about ourselves, and ultimately, how we experience the world. These programs are often created from past experiences, family dynamics, societal conditioning, and childhood beliefs. If you grew up in an environment where scarcity was a constant theme, you might have internalized the belief that resources are limited and that wealth or success is out of reach. These limiting beliefs act as energetic blocks, preventing the free flow of abundance. However, the good news is that you don't have to remain stuck in these outdated programs. You have the power to change the way you think, the way you feel, and ultimately, the way you experience the world. Reprogramming your mindset is about replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones that align with the frequency of abundance. One simple yet powerful technique for shifting your mindset is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive, present tense statements that help you affirm your desired reality. The key to making affirmations work is to make sure they are aligned with your true desires and to feel them deeply as you say them. For example, instead of simply saying, "I am abundant," try to evoke the emotions that would come with that affirmation. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the excitement that would come with being abundant. The emotional energy you invest in these affirmations is what amplifies their power. Another technique that can significantly help in reprogramming your mindset is visualization. Visualization involves creating a mental image of your desired outcome and vividly experiencing it in your mind. But it's not just about seeing the end result, it's about feeling the emotions associated with that result. When you visualize yourself living in abundance, feel what it would be like to have more than enough money, more than enough love, and more than enough opportunities. The key is to immerse yourself fully in the experience as if it were happening right now. This process not only strengthens the neural pathways related to abundance, but also sends out a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. The brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. This is why visualization is so powerful. It allows you to reprogram your subconscious mind by showing it new possibilities and creating a new neural map for success and abundance. Over time, your subconscious begins to adopt these new beliefs, which in turn changes your external reality. Another powerful way to unlock your abundance frequency is through the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational emotions that exist, and when we cultivate a gratitude practice, we align ourselves with the abundance that is already present in our lives. The more we focus on what we have, the more we open ourselves up to receiving more. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is already abundant, and in doing so, it activates the flow of more abundance. Start by acknowledging the small things in your life, your health, your relationships, your job, your home. By appreciating the things you already have, you begin to attract more of what you desire. Gratitude also helps to release resistance, which is one of the biggest obstacles to manifestation. Resistance often comes from a place of fear or disbelief, and it acts as a barrier to the flow of energy. When you are grateful for what you have, you release resistance and make space for more to come. This practice of releasing resistance is key in reprogramming your mindset because it shifts you out of a state of lack and into a state of abundance. In addition to affirmations, visualization, and gratitude, another powerful technique to unblock your abundance frequency is to work with your subconscious mind through meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for clearing mental clutter and connecting with your higher self. It helps to quiet the mind, allowing you to access a deeper level of awareness where limiting beliefs and old emotional patterns can be identified and released. Through meditation, you can connect with the energy of abundance and begin to shift your vibration to match it. One of the most effective forms of meditation for reprogramming your mindset is called self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis allows you to access the subconscious mind directly and plant new positive beliefs. During a self-hypnosis session, you guide yourself into a deeply relaxed state and use positive suggestions to change your thought patterns. You might say something like, "I am deserving of abundance," or "Money flows to me easily and effortlessly." These suggestions, repeated over time, gradually replace the old limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. Another powerful technique for reprogramming your mindset is to take inspired action. While affirmations, visualization, and meditation are essential for aligning your energy, they must be combined with action. Manifestation requires movement. When you take inspired action toward your desires, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are serious about creating the life you want. Inspired action is not about force or struggle. It's about listening to your intuition and following the guidance you receive. It's about taking steps that feel good, even if they seem small or insignificant at the time. Taking action also helps to break through the subconscious resistance that may arise. Often, when we are on the brink of a breakthrough, we can feel fear or doubt creeping in. This is normal, but when we push through that fear and take action anyway, we send a message to our subconscious that we are willing to trust ourselves and the process. This is when the energy of abundance truly begins to flow. Lastly, one of the simplest yet most effective ways to reprogram your mindset is by surrounding yourself with people who support and uplift you. The energy of the people we spend time with has a profound impact on our own energy. When you are surrounded by individuals who believe in abundance and who encourage you to reach for your highest potential, you are more likely to adopt that same mindset. Seek out people who inspire you, who are already living the life you want to create, and who can offer support and guidance along the way. In conclusion, reprogramming your mindset is a powerful and transformative process that requires consistent effort and practice. By using techniques such as affirmations, visualization, gratitude, meditation, and inspired action, you can shift your energy from scarcity to abundance and unlock the flow of prosperity that is already available to you. Remember, manifestation is not just about wishing for things to happen. It's about aligning your mind, emotions, and actions with the frequency of abundance. When you reprogram your mindset and become a vibrational match for your desires, you create a powerful magnetic force that attracts everything you want into your life. The key is to trust the process, stay consistent, and believe that you are worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer. Manifestation is not a mystical or passive process. It's a powerful, conscious act of aligning your inner world with the abundant universe around you. The techniques we've explored, whether through shifting your mindset, cultivating emotional coherence, or reprogramming your subconscious beliefs, are not just tools, they are keys to unlocking your true potential. By becoming aware of the energy you're emitting, the thoughts you're thinking, and the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world, you are able to break free from the blocks that have held you back. Remember, the universe is constantly conspiring in your favor, but it requires you to meet it halfway. You must take action, align your energy, and trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Manifestation is not about waiting for the perfect moment or for things to change without effort. It's about becoming the person who is ready to receive, acting from a place of alignment, and embracing the journey of transformation. As you continue your manifestation journey, remember that change happens from within. Every small step you take toward aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Keep believing in yourself, stay consistent, and allow the universe to work its magic. The power to create your reality is already inside you. Now it's time to unlock it. Now that you understand the true essence of manifestation and how you can unlock your abundance, ask yourself, are you ready to stop waiting and start creating the life you deserve? If your answer is yes, don't let this moment pass you by. Take inspired action today. If you're ready to dive deeper into your journey of manifestation, hit that subscribe button and join our community of like-minded individuals. Continue watching the next video and let's keep moving forward together. Your dreams are closer than you think. Let's manifest them into reality.